Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello, dear friends, and welcome to our daily prayer gathering on Kardec Radio. We gather together as a community to connect with God. We're pausing our daily activities to make sure that our umbilical cord, so to speak, is connected and deeply immersed in God's will. So today, we will be reading a message from the Spiritist magazine. But before we begin, we will be praying. So we invite you kindly, if you can, to close your eyes. Dear God, beloved Jesus, it is with immense gratitude that we are meeting this afternoon, this evening, to connect with you, with our hearts and minds firmly focused on you and your will, on your love, on your light, on your mercy, and on your justice. We are so grateful to have this capacity and ability of Kardec Radio to get together as an international community, to commune with you, to make sure that we are aligned. And we do it with gratitude, with goodwill. And as we connect, we are inviting in all the spirits who are around us, both incarnated as well as discarnated, to rejoice in this message by Mei Mei, who will help us in our approach to our daily lives, the challenges, the joys, the healings, the opportunities for learning, and of course, always the opportunities to be of service. And with this, we're asking for permission to begin our daily prayer today. And so be it. Thank you, dear friends, and welcome all. So today we chose a text from the 46th Spiritist magazine. The Spiritist magazine is an incredible source for us, in addition to all the Spiritist literature that we can download for free, that we can read for free in different. We can read it on the Spiritist magazine's website and different other ways, the app, and we can also order it. So we invite you to use this blessed opportunity, particularly for those of us who speak English, to read, learn, and study and practice texts that have not yet been published in English, but they are in English in this magazine. And today's message is entitled Peace and Light by the Spirit, Mei Mei. You may hear the earth is undergoing difficult days. This message is particularly precious for us these days, as we need all the help we can get in order to navigate the vicissitudes, the challenges. So the earth is undergoing difficult days, and you put what you know into check. The news report relates the growing antagonism among peoples. Disagreements dominate the social classes in need of tact and understanding on the part of leaderships, so that they not engage in destructive conflicts. Passionate dramas make the headlines and traumatizing thousands of people. Impulsive family separations, robberies, mass complaints, disturbances of opinion, accidents that are the concern of community life. Almost everywhere in the world, the calamities that emerge from nature. All these somber elements added to the individual problems create the psychological squandering with which millions of individuals go to either their work or the streets, establishing the atmosphere of tension that deforms the personality and consumes a great reserve of strength. It is within this framework that the laws of the Lord have engaged us to serve in the world today. Many people unconsciously are prone to engage in petty fights, expressing wrath or sourness into strange forms of aggression. Lean on patience and move forward. Whatever happens, do your best. Bless and let go. Quiet yourself and help. Wherever you are, spread the beneficence of good words and offer the blessing of your smile of peace and fraternity. All negative events are byproducts of the spirit of darkness. In the whirlwind of the shadows, heaven does not ask us to be stars. It is enough for each one of us to commit themselves to lighting up a ray of light in the name of God. What a beautiful message, and so timely for us. Let us look at May's invitation that we are receiving today. It is a set of guidelines for us to be better able to be a Christ-conscious person, a Christ-conscious spirit in the challenges we're facing right now on planet Earth. First of all, May invites us to remember the laws, God's laws. She says it is within the framework of the laws of the Lord that we are invited to serve in the world. So number one is for us to connect with our conscience, because we know that God's laws are written in our conscience. So that while we go through our days in thought, in word, in actions, let us check in with our conscience. Let us make sure that we are applying the golden rule, wishing for others what we wish for our own selves. That way, we are most perfectly aligned with God's laws. So under the umbrella of being hooked, so to speak, with our Wi-Fi into God's laws, she then continues to suggest that we do not engage in petty fights. We are invited to refrain from aggression. It has been for millennia that we have engaged in Moses' law, eye for an eye. We have practiced retaliation and vengeance. And Jesus came to this planet and invited us to drop both of them, to drop vengeance and to drop retaliation, to drop the maxim of eye for an eye. Instead, he brought us the Beatitudes. And in one of the Beatitudes, the one that says, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. He invited us to return good for evil, to turn the other cheek, to be kind, to be indulgent, to be forgiving, to pause and to consider, to use our prefrontal cortex in order to ponder our responses to everything that we encounter in our daily lives. Then Mamie continues. She says that we need to learn patience. Patience, dear friends, what a feat. Patience is something that most of us are struggling with. Let us remember that everything is impermanent in this life, except for God's laws, except for God, of course. But everything that is linked to our material world, to our material experiences, including our physical vest, is short-lived, so to speak. So let us remember that this too shall pass. Every challenge will be something that will eventually fall off. Let us look at nature. Nature is the perfect example of patience. And then, of course, God. God has so much patience with us. God has patience with every life form on the planet. God does not rush the seed to come to fruition. God does not rush us in our inner transformational journey. God just gives us laws. And we, with our free will, have a choice to either follow them or not. But God's patience is immeasurable, and so is nature's. So, dear friends, we're invited to visit nature with a renewed perspective of observing patience all around us, so that we can be better able to practice patience with ourselves and, of course, with our brothers and sisters in both realms. Then May continues to say, do your best and bless and let go. Let it go. Bless and let it go. Let us bless the people in our lives, the situations that we encounter. Let us bless them and let us release them from our energy field. Let us bless the other who is a challenge for us and rather change ourselves. Let us assume the maxim of bless them and change myself. In that very moment, the focus is on us. And it is only our reactions, our thoughts, our words that are in our control. So, dear friends, let us bless more and let us criticize and react less, but rather respond, which comes from a place of self-connectedness, a place of blessing, a place of patience. Then maybe helps us further with the guidelines of navigating the vicissitudes of life more perfectly. She says, quiet yourself and help. Let us quiet ourselves and help. When we see things that enrage us, things that are challenging for us, let us practice silence. Let us regroup. Let us connect with God, with God's laws, with the golden rule, and see what step, what door will open to us next. Let us always remember to come from charity, the moral kind of charity, which is defined by the spirits on high in the Spirit's book as benevolence towards all, goodwill towards all and everything. And it is indulgence towards others' imperfections. And lastly, it is forgiveness. Forgiveness for the trespasses that we have done towards our brothers and sisters, and the trespasses that we have encountered on behalf of our brothers and sisters. And of course, in our attempt, in our desire, in our approach to go through our days to help our brothers and sisters, there is also the material charity. So we have two options to be charitable. There is the moral charity that we just explained, and there is the material charity. Dear friends, let us be more quiet and help more. Mimi is not finished. Mimi's list is beautiful and helpful. Now she says, wherever you are, spread good words and offer the blessings of your smile of peace and fraternity. Good words. Dear friends, what are good words? How can we offer good words to our fellow spirits? Well, one way is to look at Abigail in Paul of Tarsus. Here, Abigail, in a moment of weakness that Paul is encountering, she comes to his rescue in spirit. And she says, hope always, Paul. Love everything and everybody. Work. Spend your days working and forgive the incomprehension of others. So these words were good words because they were encouraging. They helped Paul to get through those moments of challenges as he looked back on his life. So today we are invited by Mei to use better words, to be more encouraging, not so much discouraging. To use our words to console. To use our words to express our caring, our kindness, our love, our understanding for other people and their mental processes, their reasoning. Understanding, as Emmanuel explains to us in Thought and Life, is the foundation for our inner renewal. So let us practice understanding. And also, let us listen to the messages that come from on high by praying, by meditating, so that our words will become better. And let us also remember that every word we utter is a fluidic emanation, and it touches other spirits through our perispirit. Every word is a fluidic picture that gets imprinted in the fluids that surround us and get mirrored back in our perispirit. So words carry power. Words carry electromagnetic forces. So words are important, and let us choose them wisely. So Mei incites us to use good words and blessings of our smiles of peace. We all can smile. We can even smile with our eyes. Now, these days, we will wear masks many times or often or always. It is a little more challenging to bring our smiles to the people around us. But our eyes will give it away. So let us focus on how we can smile with our eyes more these days, to extend the smile all over our faces. And with this smile, it is like a caress. It's an embrace. It's an appreciation. It's acceptance that we emanate by smiling. And she says, practice fraternity. Jesus helped us with the Lord's Prayer when he said, Our Father. He really set the stage for us to understand and practice the universal brotherhood and sisterhood. Our Father. We're all children of the same Father, which is a very fraternal concept. It helps us to connect with each other. Then Mei says, all negative events are byproducts of the spirit of darkness. The spirit of darkness is all around us, no question. But let us not be scared of darkness, of the spirit of darkness, of less evolved spirits. Why? We have the defense built within us via the quality of our soul, our perispirit, which is the connection of our soul to our physical form to our soul. The perispirit's quality is like a shield for us to ward off negative spirits. And how do we do that? It is exactly following Mei's guidelines, connecting ourselves first as the first step to God's laws, to be in tune with our conscience, to use the golden rule as our guidepost, number one guidepost. And as we're practicing the good, as we're practicing, as she said, smiling, patience, blessings, quiet, more peace, more fraternity, more good words, our perispirit will become more lucid. And as the law of affinity will dictate that through the fluids, our fluidic body is the perispirit, fluids repel each other. So spirits of a darker nature will automatically be repelled by our more lucid, more evolved soul via our perispirit. So we need to never be scared of dark forces because the power lies within us. All we need to do is practice the good, seek the good, visualize the good, mold the good, feel the good. And finally, she wraps up this passage by saying, let us commit ourselves to lighting up a ray of light in the name of God. By following Mei's recipe for success, our perispirit, our soul, we will become beacons of light, attracting more light. We will be able to be of better service, helping our brothers and sisters with the good. So, dear friends, let us let our light shine always. All right, we're closing with a prayer. So you're invited once more to close your eyes if you can and find comfort in the position you find yourself in. And we're saying one more time, hello to God, hello to Jesus, hello to Mei, hello to the spirit mentors and spirit doctors, and of course, hello to all the spirits that joined us today in our prayer gathering. We're deeply grateful for Mei's message today, helping us so clearly of how to become a better person, of how to become a beacon of light, of how to practice the good, to be more of service to our brothers and sisters, to model a Christ-like consciousness, to help not only ourselves and our brothers and sisters, but ultimately the whole planet to raise its consciousness, to help the planet in its transition to a planet of regeneration. Yes, we are grateful. We want to be of service. And with this, we have so much of a better way of doing this. And as we gather here in gratitude, we will extend the crumbs of our love to everyone on this planet. We pray that everyone, whether they are suffering deeply or just suffering, may hear your voice, your love, may feel your mercy, may feel and hear and listen to your guidance. We pray for the government. We pray for the president. We pray for all the presidential candidates, all the party members. We pray for this whole entire country. We pray for Washington, D.C., for our own cities, for our own communities and our neighbors. We pray for this whole entire world to be able to connect with you more often through prayer and meditation, through listening, through peace, through an open heart and an open mind. Thank you for your patience with us. And so be it. Thank you, dear friends, for joining. Have a blessed day. God bless you.